Hello again, everybody. Welcome. It's Jackie here, and this is going to be the second, it's going to be part 2 of the first book log. And the first book we were reading is Fourth Wing. This is the second part, and originally I had intended to read the entire book in 2 weeks, but that didn't happen. We started June 7th, and I decided, okay, we're gonna finish June 30th, the entire book. That way we can start fresh on July, so it won't be so confusing, so we're gonna be like, so halfway through the month we're gonna end one book and start another. That way we're reading 2 books a month. And I just finished the book last night. It's the first today, and I have to say it's absolutely insane how many emotions this book made me go through in the course of just a week. It's crazy. And I also decided to do a bit of a different setup this time. This time I'm going to be writing a direct print. My bad. So I'm going to be directly typing on the Google Docs of the book log, and I'm going to be recording myself doing that, and then basically give an update. So I'm going to change the camera angle and put y'all over here, and y'all are going to watch me. It's going to be a really quick thing, but I'm going to go into some details about it. So if you do not want spoilers, you can go ahead and read the entire book right now, or you can go ahead and read the summary I have on the Google Docs, on my Google Docs. I'm going to have the link for the Google Docs on the description below. So let's get started. Okay, so here it is. I usually do a screen capture on my phone or my tablet, but we're not doing that right now. So, after all of the assassination attempts against Violet, Xaden, if you haven't read the first part or haven't read the book, is her fated mate, her dragons, or mated, so they are also together. Xaden has Liam, his friend, to be her bodyguard and protect her. As their training continues, Violet practices with her dragons and waits for her power or sing it to manifest. Using the power or channeling is necessary for all writers, but although many in her group can already use their power, Violet is having some trouble. And and if she takes too long to channel, the power will consume her. So during this period, she still doesn't have her power, her singing, and unfortunately, if writers do not manifest their power after like 2 or 3 months, they usually like burn up in flames or just die because the power is too much. So Xaden and Violet are slowly accepting their feelings, but it is costing them. So Xaden has trust issues. Violet is starting to trust him, but he doesn't open up enough, and it is costing them a bit. But guess what? They kiss. They do. It was a bit of a shock at first, and they kind of regretted it in the morning, but they both kissed. It was nice. It was cool. Awesome. So later, Violet has to fight against someone who has been out for her blood, and he almost succeeds. And knowing his greatest weakness, and barely wins the fight. So she actually uses his greatest weakness, oranges, because he's allergic to oranges to win the fight. She kind of just like whoop, slips in the orange juice and is like, okay, cool. But yeah, she isn't scared anymore. She proves it to everybody. She's like, I don't give a crap if you try to kill me over here. I will beat you up before you do. And she does what she needs to make sure of it. So after recovering from her wounds, it's combat. So she does get quite hurt and needs to go to the healers to recover. So after that, squad battle begins. So this is actually the first part of squad battle, but in the actual, like, it's starting now, and they cannot catch a break because her and a team need to get like this valuable item. And the scenario was, what would be something extremely valuable to the enemy to have, and they need to acquire it in, I believe they have like 3 hours, and this is right after all the combat battles take place. So she literally just got healed and her arm is like in shambles. So yeah, they need to get a valuable item, and they face quite a few challenges during this time because they need to sneak around, fight people. She actually ends up taking the map in her own mother's room, and that place is heavily guarded. So yeah, it unites them, makes them trust each other more, and that is all really good because for the upcoming scenarios in the book, it is absolutely insane. Like, they will need to depend on each other. So as a reward for winning squad battle, was it squad battle? Yeah, squad battle. She and the group get to visit a station near the border, and it just so happens to be the border where her sister Mira is stationed at. They are so happy. They cry. It's all good. All the emotions are like, damn, Xaden and Dane are there. And it soon comes to attention that Xaden and Dane are just not hitting it off. Dane is actually growing farther apart from Violet, and Mira's like, what the hell is happening here? But Violet notices something even more important, that something's going on with the borders, because suddenly there are so many attacks in the outer cities, and it's not getting any attention. Nobody really knows why it's happening or how it's happening because they're not reporting it. They're not saying, hey, the wards that's supposed to protect the outskirts of the country are getting weaker, or something's happening. And Violet notices that there's something wrong. So once that happens, they go back. Mira's like, hey, you need to protect her. You need to make sure she's training with her dragon, not falling off like she has been. And they go back. So they go back, and then the war games start. This is during the time that they are close to graduation, which is like springtime-ish. And Violet is put in a group with Dane because they're supposed to go to a different outpost. And then Xaden realizes that Violet would be safer with him because they are mated. The dragons can't be apart for too long, and they just need to be together. Violet now trusts Xaden now trusts Violet. They're cool with each other. They had a bit of a fight, but they got over it, and they're about to get another fight, but they don't know it yet. So Dane is really upset, and then he gives off the vibe that he knew something they didn't. And it just so turns out that when they get to their post, it is revealed that Viven, which are like supposedly folktale monsters, and wyverns exist. Okay, it is revealed that the king and the generals are a bunch of like assholes because the supposed war that's going on between the two neighboring countries is a bunch of BS. And it really is, because Xaden and all the marked children that were marked when the rebellion happened knew the truth that these things were alive and well and terrorizing the other country, but no, they wanted to stay safe inside their wards and refuse the existence of these creatures. So only a few higher ups know, and so do the children of the that have the marks on them. So, and the post they needed to protect to win the what was it called? The war battles is intentionally being attacked by the wyverns and the Vinen. So, because they are intentionally being attacked, Xaden and Violet figure out that they're literally trying to get them killed. So, everybody needed to fight to survive. Violet and Xaden, the group, the rest of the people that went with their group, they are fighting for their lives, as well as evacuating the civilians, the people that lived in the city where the post was. And throughout this, many lives were lost. Xaden realizes his love for Violet. He's like, hey, if you die, like, maybe I might not die, but I will literally die because I love you. And fighting against them, Violet nearly loses her lives, but is saved by someone from the enemy. So throughout all this, she does eventually find out her singit. I didn't put it on here, but her singit is lightning. She can channel lightning, and that's pretty cool. All right, and she was in a 3-day coma after that because she got stabbed with a poison knife. And she finds out that, and when she wakes up, she's in the city of she's in a city that was supposed to be destroyed, burnt down in the war, but it was not. And she also finds out that Brennan, her brother, who supposedly died years ago because he overused his power and killed, was alive. He was alive. And honestly, I cannot wait till I read the next book, because there are so many things that are going on. First off, why is Brennan with the enemies? How did he survive? Does the mother know? Does Mara know? Like, what is going on here? The father knew some of this stuff, or I believe he suspected, because he would tell stories to Violet about the Vinen and the wyverns, and that was supposed to be classified information or whatever. And that's insane. So there are also some spicy scenes here after they kiss, and sometime before they were sent to the post where they were being hunted, trying to get killed. But yeah, so far this is kind of what the main thing is. There is so much left unsaid, so now I'm gonna introduce the next book. So the next book is called Dark Witch. This is a trilogy, and this is the first book. We're starting today from page 1 to 183 to July 7th, and y'all know the deal with the rest. I did put in some emojis here. I died halfway reading this because I was like, what the hell is happening? And it was really sad at first because I thought Violet was literally gonna die, but no, she wasn't. She survived, and thankfully her brother's alive too. So yeah, let me show you guys the book. 1 second. Here's the book. This is the Dark Witch, one book of the Cousins O'Dyer trilogy. It's a really good book. Romance, but like witchy vibes. It's about witches, so there's a lot of magic, and it's by Nora Roberts. I love the series. I do only have the first 2 books, but I want to get my hands on the 3rd book. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope this review, the summary, was useful. So I'm going to start on this next book. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.